Well, good morning, everybody. Thought I'd film a little bit on my ride home. Actually, I'm leaving the house early and actually already down the mountain mostly, but thunderstorms are rolling in. Today is Thursday, rolling in tonight and supposed to be all day tomorrow, and then we leave on Saturday, and thunderstorms are also supposed to be on Saturday. So not particularly fond of riding in thunderstorms. So I've gotten rained on most of the way down the mountain, but it seems to be clearing up here as I get down to the valley, so it's not bad. I didn't even put on my rain pants because it actually kind of felt good. So we just went through the little town of Chimney Rock. Typically on the weekends it is jam-packed with people and bikers and just all kinds of chaos. It's really nice. There's a nice mountain you can hike up with a really nice lookout. And now we're going to be coming into Lake Lure, which probably many of you will remember Lake Lure from where Dirty Dancing was filmed. So you may recognize some of it as I get maybe closer to the famous beach and the lake and the lodge and all that. It'll wind kind of on back around down there. So just thought I'd film for a little bit. First time taking, so here's the beach here. So this is the beach and then the lodge, and so a lot of the movie was filmed right here. So, and then, you know, on a Saturday, of course, this is super duper jam-packed as well. So coming through on a weekday at 10:30 is actually not that bad. Not a ton of traffic. The rain looks like it's kind of giving me a break, so hopefully I'll get a break for the rest of the ride home, which is probably about another hour or so. So anyway, I think I'll just pull over right here and let's see if we can get a nice shot of the lake. I don't think we'll be able to, but here, and then there's the lake. So all right, well, I'll pick you guys up a little later, but I just wanted to share that to you. One good thing about this route is there are lots of curves, although at least the pavement here is dry. This is the first time I've ridden the Speed Twin in the rain, and I'm not sure, not super confident, I guess is what I'll say, in the rain like on this bike like I am on the GS. I've just not pushed it. I'm kind of afraid to push it in the corners with it raining and wet. Although the tires are really not in bad shape, it's just more my personal approach to, you know, play it safe in the event of, you know, I don't want to override my abilities, I guess. Even though I feel like I'm a pretty good rider, it's just not worth trying to bomb down the mountain in the rain and the wet roads with back-to-back corners. So, is what it is. Maybe my pants will dry out by the time I get home, but they're really not uncomfortable. Quite honestly, it feels good. A little bit, or soaking wet, I should say, not a little bit wet, but with the wind blowing against it. I did try putting on my rain pants when I left the top of the mountain, and the humidity was so high that I was like completely sweating by the time I made it to the gas station to fill up, and I was just like not really gonna have any of that. The weather's warm enough to where it's not really a big deal if I get wet. So much for dodging the rain. Looks like it's catching up to me again. But the good news is I'm not too far from home, so and it actually kind of feels good. Surprisingly, down here in the valley, it feels like it's about maybe 75, 76 compared to it's been in the mid to high 90s this week with about 40 to 50% humidity. So it was a good week to be up in the mountains. And it actually doesn't feel too bad today, so I'm not going to complain. And I don't have a whole lot to do. Still got a couple of days off of work, so we'll just hang out, maybe do some video editing, and hang out with the puppies. Oh, we are almost home, and it's starting to rain, but it's okay. I don't mind being wet when the weather's warm. So the funny thing is, initially when we went up, I've got a weatherproof bag, but I don't have anywhere to put it on this bike. So I do carry a backpack with me. So I had to leave all of my regular clothes in my weatherproof bag that my wife took up in her car. So I tried to pack, and they're not coming back until Saturday. So I tried to pack like toothbrush, deodorant, contacts, at least a couple of pairs of shorts and t-shirt, so I'd have something to wear for the next couple of days till I get back. Okay, this guy is gonna cut off I'm gonna have to stop. Poop. Terrible timing. Usually I can just pop in there, but not today. All good. Hope everybody has had a great week. It was certainly nice in the mountains. I kind of hated to come home early, but I think, like I said before, I don't mind riding in the rain, but the thunderstorms with lightning, not so much. And this morning, coming down the mountain through this little town, I went to stop at a red light and my bike cut off. Right, it kind of sputtered and cut off. I was in second gear, kind of slowing down to come to a four-way stop, and it kind of lost power, sputtered, and then died. So that was really strange. It was pouring down rain, so obviously pulled in the clutch, fired it back up, and it's run great the whole way home. But that was super strange. I don't know if anybody's ever had that problem, but my first thought was, oh crap, my bike's gonna break down. It's pouring ass rain. I'm gonna be stuck at a red light where there's gonna be people behind me. At least it was kind of on a little bit of a downhill, so maybe I could have coasted onto the sidewalk or something. I don't know, but it was kind of bizarre. I've not had that happen before on this bike. Well, really on any bike I've had, but it's run like a top. I had to stop and get gas, started right back up. Took a break for a few minutes at a pull off and started right back up, no issues. So I don't know, I hadn't ridden in a couple of days when I started it up this morning, and it sat through pouring rain last night. So I don't know if maybe there was some condensation on the plugs. I'll pull and check them, but I hadn't had any issues with misfiring or sputtering or anything all the way home. Maybe just one of those things, she was cranky from not being ridden every day. Who knows? But anyway, back to, I hope everybody had a great week. I hope your weather has been not too stupidly hot like it's been here in the southeast. And if it was, I hope you're able to stay cool and stay safe. Looks like we're in for a rainy weekend here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's blowing wind pretty good. Be good to get home and see the puppies. Miss them. But my daughter's been at home taking care of them, so I'm sure they're in good hands. But you kind of get used to seeing your pups every day, especially at the end of the day after work, coming home. At least they're happy to see me. Or at least they act like they are. Oh, so one other thing I'll say right before we get off is when I was filling my motorcycle up, the pump handle has this little flip down thing that locks it in the like in the flow position. So when I was filling up, I didn't realize that little handle, usually it's a spring activated, so you have to load it to make sure that it locks in place. But on this one there was no spring, so it just swung down into place, and by the time I realized it was not going to stop, it started flowing over my tank, and I had to pull it out, and gas was spraying all over the pump area right there, and I was like, "Jiminy crickets!" And so luckily they had those little squeegee things, so I just had to take cups of it and dump it over and over and over my bike to try to wash it off. But hopefully today I can kind of wash it down. So all right, well, here we are, jiggity jig, back home again.